Hey everyone, it's Rebecca Miller. I'm finally on. Alright, so, here's flipping, it's driving me crazy. So today I posted a lot. I didn't mean to blow you guys up, but I wanted to show you some of my meal prep photos. How simple it is, but how people make it so difficult is beyond me. But I'm hopefully going to come at you today and tell you that it's not that scary and not to be scared of it because it is 80% of your results. So it is very crucial to get this part down pat because it plays a huge role in your success. It plays a huge role in your mental thinking and your overall health and everything. So what you fuel your body with is very important. It changes your mood, it changes your blood sugar, it changes everything. So you've got to get this down pat and find a system that works for you. I'll show you what I have that works for me. And at the end of this challenge, I'll show you, how you can go even further with this. But to recap yesterday, we talked about personal development. And I love that a lot of people said, some of them, like Caitlin said she already does it, which is amazing. Most people don't, so that's amazing. Which probably accounts for like why you've already lost a lot of weight. And that's amazing because it does help. It brightens your day and it just changes your whole mood, changes your attitude. People who haven't done it before, is no big deal because I hadn't done it before either. So it was like this whole new thing that came to me, and I was like, oh, what? Really? I never felt like I needed this, but it is a big deal. And when you when you actually put this into action, it is amazing how much it actually becomes a big deal and changes your life for the better. You learn more positivity, how to believe in yourself, how to never give up, crush goals, come up with excuses, escape fear and doubt, and it just changes everything. Because everything you're struggling with, there's a book out there on. There's a video on, there's a book on it, and you don't have to suffer from it or struggle from it. You can get help with that kind of stuff. So yeah, it is very crucial for your mental well-being because it is, like I said, 100% mental. If you go in thinking that this is going to be hard and difficult, it's going to be hard and difficult. But if you're going to say, I'm going to crush this, I need this to do this for me and my why, because it is so important to me. You got to figure out what is important to you. And when you have an importance of your why, of why you have to do it, a reason to do it on purpose, then it makes meal prep and planning not a chore, it's a way of life. And that's how it is for me. Now, at first, it took me a time to get used to. I'm not going to lie, I had frustrations with it because it was all new. I was used to buying cans of soup, high sodium, Hot Pockets. I'd eat 2 Hot Pockets, a can of soup, peanut butter jelly sandwich for lunch each day. Okay, so like my meal habits before were terrible. Okay, terrible. I was eating a lot of high-fat stuff, a lot of sodium, lots of carbs, no vegetables because I didn't eat a green thing to save my soul. So doing meal prep and meal planning was a task for me. I never even like touched a salad, guys. Like I don't eat greens. So it was very hard when I had to see my program and they tell me to eat greens. I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried my eyes out. I was pissed. I was angry because I didn't want to do it. I didn't. But if you want change, if you have to make a change for your health and for the better, you find ways to get over it. That's what I had to do. You get over it really quick and you just suck it up and you freaking show up. That's the only way I can tell you. It's just I had to show up and I had to just stop being a 3-year-old and stop acting like, oh my God, eat a vegetable and just eat my freaking greens, right? So I had a lot of mental breakthroughs. I was hard on myself in the beginning. I'm not going to lie, but hopefully during this challenge, you'll see that, what I went through, I don't want you to have to go through. There's an easier way for all this. But when I struggled hard because I wasn't used to any of this. I liked my comfort pizza. I liked everything about it. And it was tough. Doing the change, it was tough, but it was required, it was necessary, and it was very much needed, okay? So, not only is it crucial for your success, it is needed because it makes life easier. It might sound crazy, I know, but it makes your life easier. In the mornings, I pick stuff that I could just grab and go. it was not healthy because I could grab Hot Pockets and go, and grab a can of soup and go, right? That part's easy. But it wasn't doing me any good. And it was just making me tired through the day. It was making me have headaches. It was making me very sluggish and not being able to perform at work better, right? Because I was just eating like crap. So, you know, after going through all this and learning how to portion it out and learning how to just, when you get speed at it, I can get this done in like discounting the chicken. Like I do chicken on a different day because I cook it for an hour. You can bake it in the oven. You can, we use a pressure cooker. Sometimes we use pressure cooker. Some days we use the oven. That time the picture shows it was in the oven. I do 400 degrees for an hour and just put some seasoning on top of it, your favorite seasoning. Try to do no salt added if you can, or make your own. Basil's not a bad one. Tony don't like basil. Garlic pepper, you can do that. Just salt and pepper. Sea salt would be better. Do whatever feels good to you, but make it easy on yourself. Sean loves chicken in the pressure cooker. It's super soft that way. We use it for soups. It does sauteing too. So you can saute your meat and then just pressure cook it and it gets even softer. It's a very cool little gadget. I think it's Pressure Cooker XL or something. I got it from my mother-in-law. She bought it for us for Christmas. So I think she bought it offline. But it makes life simpler, guys. Do things, make simple meal plans. Don't do this extravagant thing where you have something different every day. More than likely, you're kind of eating the same thing every day, maybe with a switch up of your dinners. So make it to where it's easy for you. You don't struggle with this to make it so difficult. And make it difficult to hard to follow. So, with the portion control, I had to get everything laid out. This is so I could grab and go. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm not so scattered brain. I'm not so like, okay, what am I going to take? Because if you try to do it the night before, now I do have some challengers that I don't want a meal prep period. They prefer to do it every night. That's on them. That's what they have to do. That's what works for them. That's what they prefer. Do it. I don't care. If, I cook my chicken once a week. Some people don't want to do that. Some people want to go every 2 or 3 days. Do what works for you. Do what you feel comfortable with. This is not like set in stone, guys. This is what fits to your lifestyle. You pick a day that works for you. You pick a day that you're not working. So I usually prep on like Friday night or Saturday, and then we go to the store on Sunday, and I come back and prep on Sunday. We cook chicken on Wednesday. So we, basically I just got fruits, veggies, and salads to do on Sunday. So it's like half an hour in the kitchen. Before it didn't take me that long. Before it took me longer because I wasn't used to it. I was going, but once you get the system down pat, it becomes a way of life. And I honestly cannot go back to the way I was doing things before. So it was tough. Switching, but it is necessary. It makes life 10 times easier. In your workbook, I better pull that up because I think I do need to reference it a few times. I did give you a pyramid that shows you basically what I follow. It's not the full deal, but it gets you kind of the idea of like the balance of it. Mine is more dialed in. When it says like protein 4 to 6 servings, I know exactly how many servings I need for my weight. So that's the difference, but you kind of get a rough idea on that as far as, what a balance looks like and what food groups you kind of take. It's just kind of like old school as far as your food pyramid, but it's a little different because I don't count calories, I count colors. So you can see like each little thing is a color. Like protein is red, vegetables is green, fruits purple, carb is a yellow, healthy fats a blue, dressings and seeds is orange, and then you got your little teaspoons, which is like usually a little 3 tablespoons or something. But yeah, guys, don't make this so difficult that it just totally wears on you and terrifies you. A lot of people get so scared and hung up that they don't even start. If you just keep doing the same thing you was doing before, you're going to keep getting the same results, which is nothing, or getting bigger and gaining more weight because you're not solving the problem. You're not taking care of it. So you've got to get with it. If you're wanting to get your eating under control, it starts in the kitchen. It starts with you. It starts with, getting maybe your loved ones involved. Let them help you, get them involved. And the more that you reach out and help, the more you do it together, the less you'll feel alone. So, Tony helps me cook in the fact that he gets home before us, so he has dinner made. I'm pretty lucky in that aspect. I meal prep my stuff. I've tried to meal prep his lunches and stuff. He just refuses. I know, guys. I know. He could have it so easy. But some people just don't want to. So you can't change them all, but the ones who want change is the ones that will do what they have to do. When I wasn't following the right portions, I was very, like I said, I felt lazier. I felt very tired all the time. I was just lacking of energy. And you got to think, how are you going to do a workout like that if you're lacking all that energy? If you're eating more balanced energy, you're going to start to feel better and you're going to have more energy to get that workout in. So it's not only going to help you weight-wise, it's going to help you mentally and energetically, I guess, to get moving, because you're going to feel a lot better, because you're going to be more balanced and your blood sugar is going to be regulated. So that always helps me. That's another reason why if I eat like crap, I feel like crap, and it just goes hand in hand. If I eat good, I feel better. I don't feel so heavy. You know what I mean? Like sometimes if you have like a bad weekend, like a holiday or a birthday, you feel it. You just feel, oh my gosh, I ate too much. And honestly, if you stick to the plan, if you stick to your healthy eating, you don't feel that way. You just feel more balanced and you feel more light. I guess I should say. At least that's how I feel. Let's see. Took tons of notes because I didn't want to forget. Because honestly, when I came home, I kind of took a nap. So I'm just kind of tired today. So I took a nap, and Sean was trying to wake me up. Tony was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm taking a nap. I'm tired." Yeah, because I didn't go to bed till like midnight last night. I'm such a night owl, guys. It's not even funny. Alright, so basically how to run down my meals prepping for the week. So you saw the pictures. I cook my chicken. I buy 2 things of chicken, and that covers our family for the entire week. And sometimes we have leftover and we have to throw it out. I'm not gonna lie. I can't just get it right because the packages are so big, but if I buy just 1 package and 1 small one, it's not enough. 2 packages seem to do us. But I think there's like 1 or 2 breasts that end up throwing away, and it kills me. I hate that. And it would be a lot better if he would take some to lunch. But there is sometimes we do have a waste, and I hate that. I don't believe in waste, but it drives me crazy. That's the best I could get close to it. So we do get the big containers of chicken. I only boil the eggs that I need. So like I would take a meal plan, and you guys go on Pinterest and figure out what your family likes. Don't pick something that your family won't eat. That's just a waste of money. So if you have you ever tried, instead of eating like noodles, spaghetti squash? This was the first year, 2017, that I tried a spaghetti squash, and they're really not that bad. You put some spaghetti sauce on it, and it tastes like a noodle. It's of course it's not the exact, but it saves you so much calories, and it gets your vegetables in, and it tastes like spaghetti. You might even try that with your kids to see if they will taste it. It's all about introducing new foods to them, because they're going to be on this journey too. You need to promote them and tell them that this is how healthy people should eat. This is how, like, what we should do. I don't want you to grow up with bad habits. I don't know how your family eats, but a lot of people make all these multiple meals for everyone. We try not to do that with Sean. He pretty much eats what we eat. He actually eats peppers from our fajitas, chicken. He's not a big bread eater. He's not a big roll. Like, if he eats a roll, it'll be like a crescent, but it's really not that a lot. He does eat a lot of corn, green beans, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, chicken. He eats steak. He's not a fan of turkey, believe it or not. He does not really like turkey. He likes ham. So, trying to get him a whole array. He likes peas, lima beans, mixed vegetables, yogurt, fruits. He likes all that stuff. So we tried to give him a variety, and he's grown to like it. The only thing that he has really thrown up on, literally thought it was the most nastiest thing ever, was broccoli. I wasn't forcing him to eat it, but he said he wanted to taste it, and I was like, oh, you ain't gonna like this, because honestly, broccoli is hard to get down in my opinion, but I still try it. He stuck out his tongue, and he was just like, oh my god, that's so nasty. But it's just about finding what works for your family, and just trying to introduce new foods and making it you know, different every week so that you ain't humdrum the same thing over and over. I actually am going to post a lot of like pictures of my food after I get done with this video, because if I don't now I'll get distracted. But like I had a lot of pictures that I was going to put on my blog, but I'll just upload them to the group so you can see kind of like what a meal plan looks like, you know, like some dinners for me. Because like I said, I pretty much eat the same thing for lunches. I don't really care about if it's different. Now, there are times I don't want a salad. Like, I refuse a salad for a while. And, like, I will actually do a barbecue pizza. And the way you do it is you use your whole wheat tortilla. And you put barbecue sauce, and it's like the orange color on the food pyramid. So you just use very little, some chicken, and some cheese. And you've got, like, a barbecue pizza. Or you could use it as a wrap. You can have a wrap, but eat, like, maybe for your snacks, have, like, vegetables. So you're still getting in greens. A lot of people like cucumbers. I'm not a fan of cucumbers. I think there's, like, only 4 or 5 vegetables that I really like. So I'm very picky. But I want you to know that even if you're picky, you can still make this work. Because if I'm making it work and hating my vegetables in the very beginning, there's no problem for you to do the same. So yeah, there's definitely, you could do that. So don't feel like you have to eat a salad every day. A lot of people say, well, a lot of people get hung up on the fact that, okay, when I diet, I don't consider this a diet. This is the way I live now. This is the food I eat every day. This is healthy to me. I don't consider restrictions. I don't do any of that stuff. But a lot of people get fearful that I'm going to be on a diet. I'm going to feel restricted. I don't feel that way. That's when you feel like you're restricted, you want to give up on it, and then you do. That's why people keep failing and stopping and starting, always have this New Year's resolution that I'm going to get healthy and fit in 2018, and then they fall off track because they've told themselves I feel restricted, and they believe it, and they've just quit. So don't do that. Make it to where you're not restricted. Like if you want, like I've seen it sometimes like on a pizza, like a pepper pizza. If you like peppers, like green peppers and red peppers, cut it in half and then put some cheese on it or some meat and make it like a little baby pepperonis. Not all, you don't have to like do a ton, but make like little pepperoni pepper pizzas. That way you get some greens in and you get like some pepperoni like pizza, but it's crunchy. It's a little snack almost. Instead of like doing bagel bites with the carbs and all that stuff. There's different ways you can do it. And Pinterest has a ton of different ways you can do this. Google, if you just Google easy family recipes or healthy recipes. We use crock-pot a lot. I posted one in there that I really like, the salsa chicken. It's so few ingredients. I have another one I'll post in there too. I have so many recipe guys. But you don't have to eat the same thing over and over. You can do soups for lunch. If you do like a vegetable soup, you can put all your vegetables in there, get a lot of greens that way. Don't feel like you always have to eat a salad. That's the number one thing when people start. It's like, well, I guess I'm going to eat a salad. I'm like, well, if you don't want it, you don't have to. But don't get hung up on eating a salad every day. Even though I might, there are times I might eat a salad, but I switch it up. I don't eat one for months and months and months and months and months because that just gets old, right? So switch it up and make it as simple as you can, but something that you'll eat and you'll enjoy. I do pre-make my salads. I even have had some people do mason jar salads. Now, I've actually not tried these because, for one, I don't have mason jars. But if you do, you put all your liquid parts, like the dressing and stuff, on the bottom, and then work your way up to leave, like, the salad part on top. And then when you dump it, the salad part's on the bottom and everything's on top, and that's your salad, and you just carry it in one jar instead of multiple containers, which is easy, but I don't have a mason jar. So if you want to do that, have at it. And if you want the recipe, comment below, and I'll post the recipe in here for that as well. The salad dressings. A lot of people get hung up on ranch. Now, I have had people make ranch and actually share the recipe in our group. So if you want if you're a ranch lover, comment below and I'll give you the recipe for how they home make their ranch dressing. And you'll be surprised what's in it, because I don't know what ranch tastes like. I'm an Italian dressing kind of girl, and I always try to do low fat or no fat. Try to do, if you're doing like an oil based, try to do like vinaigrette, like do oil based, no fat, low fat, and you'll be better off instead of the ones that are creamy, like Caesar, ranch, French, Thousand Island. I don't know. I'm not sure. I try to stay away from the thicker, creamy ones because those are the ones that are full of fat. And that's what gets you hung up, because a lot of people just like douse their salad in it and it becomes not this healthy thing anymore. Because a lot of people say, well, I can eat salad every day, but then you see what they put on top of it and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And I'm thinking, well, so much for that, because you just like killed it and you know, you've made it to where it's like this non-healthy thing anymore. So just be mindful of what dressing you're put on, because it can get you in trouble. I know a lot of people, when they go out and about, they don't order dressing on their salad. I have one challenger, Jen, who actually orders it on the side, and then she just dips it, like each bite or every other bite, and dips it, and that cuts it way down. You know, there's little tricks that you can do to cut back on the calories. You don't have to constantly douse your salad in dressing, right? So you can do that. And I always wash your fruits and vegetables on meal prep day. You can see anything that don't prep, like as far as oranges, bananas, apples, you don't have to prep those. Those are grab and go kind of things. But you know, honestly, guys, when you say food prep, like you're cooking the food anyway, you're just really making it like your life easier, and you're just getting it done in one day, so you don't have to like rush and get it done on the day. And if you want to do that, that's completely up to you. But I'll just soon get it done in one day and enjoy the rest of my week to be doing what I want. But, you know, if you buy strawberries, of course you want to cut them up and, you know, wash them and do all that. You're doing that stuff already. The only step that you're adding in is portion them out, put them in containers so you can grab and go. That's it. That's it. It's like simple, right? So don't make this difficult. Just think of what you want to normally eat for lunch and just flip it to where it's a healthier version, and then make it and take it with you instead of eating out. This is going to be your trick, your power to get over the fast food. If you were like me, I lived on KFC mashed potato bowls. If I went to Wendy's, I got a spicy chicken with cheese only, a Dr. Pepper, and a cheeseburger plain. So I had the spicy chicken plus a cheeseburger plain, and then after that I got a Frosty. So yeah, like, you know, I was really bad. Every day there'd be something. Like if I wasn't eating those Hot Pockets, I'd be out getting junk food like left and right. And honestly, as bad as I was, I really don't know how I got away with not being heavier than 215 pounds. I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't know how I got away with not being heavier, because I ate a lot of junk. A lot. And those people, you know, if they struggle with their weight, maybe they're not as big as on the junk food as what I was, but they still have a problem with it. And it might be because you're not eating enough, or you're just not eating the right portions, or you're not eating balanced. And all those things play a huge factor in all of this, right? So that's what makes it tough for people to follow, because they're not balanced. And when you're not balanced, it's not going to flow. So just remember to wash all your fruit and your veggies and just cut it up. You know, if you're having fajitas one night, you're going to be cutting up peppers, right? So you could either do it that night that you're cooking it, or you can do it on Sunday if you have time. Or it doesn't matter. It's whatever to make your life easier. Like, I have a lot of people who work a lot of time, like nurses, who have to do this meal prep because they are at the hospital all the time. So they have to literally live out of their lunch bag, and they still make this work. So please don't say that you have an excuse, well, that I don't have time. Because there's nurses doing this, guys. Nurses who work 12 and 16-hour day shifts. Come home, have a family, still have a house to, and then, you know, go back at it the next day and still make this work. And they are fit. I mean, I'm talking like guns and abs like you won't believe. And yeah, they might have like, you know, times and breaks that they could do that on. But if they didn't bring their food, they would be going for the vending machines, right? So it's all about how you play it up against yourself. If you're going to be all negative about it, you're going to have a negative experience with it. So be as positive as you can and realize it's going to take you in the direction you want to go to get the results that you want to go. Because remember, you've got to get this down pat. If you don't, you're going to lose a lot of your results, because this is 80% of it. You know what I mean? So you've got to get this down where it's easy for you or your family. You probably saw in my picture I buy the big tubs of yogurt and then I just portion them out. I don't buy the little cups of yogurt because it costs more, for one. And a lot of the times, the things that have the fruit already in them, like, they have a lot more sugar and stuff in them. You can do the vanilla or plain. I know, like, my program calls for plain. be honest, they call for plain Greek or no fat. There's some things I just can't take. I will gag on. So I do have vanilla. I'm supposed to have plain, but I just have to have it. I just can't hack it. Just can't. So, you know, make it work for you. You know, I'm just being 100% honest. But yeah, buy the big tubs to save yourself some money if you can. But I make dinner fresh daily. Pretty much, you know, do my salads, and if carrots, I just you know, some of them, the bag that I get her says already washed. You just gotta take them out of the bag, and I just put them in a baggie, or I measure them out, put them in a baggie, and go. And when I look at my meal plan that I did for the week, and I say, okay, today I need this baggie, this baggie, this gravy, and it literally takes me, I'm not even lying, 15 seconds to pull everything out because it's already done and my lunch is packed. And I know I've set myself up for success for the day. 15 seconds and it's done. Done, guys. Done. I'm not scatterbrained in the morning. I'm not running around going, oh, I'm going to eat, looking through the cabinets. Now, where did I put that can? No, I'm getting it all done so I can just grab and go. Because I don't like to waste time in the mornings. I got to get Sean off to daycare. I've got to get my workout in the morning. I've got to get breakfast made. I got to get him dressed, me dressed, put his braces on. No, I just can't. I don't have time for that stuff. So meal prep and meal planning makes it so much easier when you know that you're doing it for a reason too. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're like, this is just too difficult. I'm just not going to do it. Well, there is a reason why you have to do it. It's because it's going to make your life easier through the week. You might have a day, 1 to 2 hours that it's going to take, but it's going to make your life so much easier. Just keep it simple, but make several meal plans so you have a variety to go back to. You know, switch them up every week, switch them up every bi-weekly. Like I said, don't overthink it to where, like, you know, a lot of people think this, well, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to prep. But it's like, what did you feed your family before? You had to come up with some kind of thing when you went to the grocery store, or did you just go in there blind and just pull things off the shelf? And then when you came home, how did you come up with the dinner? I mean, it's almost the same thing, but you're just replacing it with healthier choices. That's the way I had to look at it, because I started making it so difficult within my head, and I was overthinking it, because sometimes we do that, guys. We overthink it, and it became a nightmare. And I'm thinking, why am I doing this to myself? This is not that hard, Rebecca. Jeez. And after I started talking myself down, it became a whole lot better, right? So don't slack on this because it's difficult. It's not that difficult. It takes practice, yes, but it takes patience too, because you've got to learn the best way to go about it. To me, prepping your chicken first is crucial because it takes an hour. So while you're cutting that up, getting that in the oven, it's cooking, you've got an hour to get other stuff done. So I always do the chicken first. If you are not a fan of chicken, I do have one challenger who is not a meat eater, and that's okay. Like, the programs I have gives a list of other protein options that she can have, so she is not stuck on meat. You know, there's people they're vegetarians still doing this, so it's not like, you know, you're restricted again. So please, please, please don't think that you are restricting yourself. This is a way to be healthy on the go, healthy throughout your day. So you ain't going to the vending machines, and you're not going to the fast food drive-through, and you're setting you up for success. And when you crush your first day and you realize, wow, that wasn't so bad. Okay, next day. And when you do this for 21 days, I'm telling you guys, you form a habit, and it makes it so much easier when you've done every day. And you're thinking, okay, it's getting a little easier. And you know, like, what used to take me 1 to 2 hours now takes me 30 minutes to get it done. And it's pretty amazing. You get faster at this, okay? So don't feel it's always going to be a struggle, because it's not. You're going to get easier. It's going to get easier, and it's going to get a lot more simpler for you the more you work at it, okay? So say you are rocking your meal plan. Now, your meal plan, like I said, I can't make a meal plan for you. I can't, unless you, like, want some ideas. But I mean, like, I have to know a lot about you before I can do a meal plan for you. But, you know, when you balance it out as far as putting a protein with each individual meal, and I always recommend eating every 2 to 3 hours: breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. And sometimes I have people who are on the higher calorie bracket or whatever, they need to have another meal, so they'll eat after dinner, right? So it's all about, balance and finding what works for you, right? So if you find that after you plan the meal that you want for your family, like I said, go to Pinterest and Google, get yourself some healthy ideas because you know what your family loves. You know that, so and so doesn't like this, but so and so does. So you could probably make a casserole or something. Make it to where it's not processed. You're making healthy meals for your family. Take some pride in that, enjoy that because that's an empowering feeling like I'm doing something for them. But say like you rock your meal plan and you are trying, but you're still having cravings, sometimes means your body's lacking something. And, I've put several things in your workbook where I can read them off to you guys. But, like, honestly, you can, and I also use baggies a lot because I hate to wash dishes. I am not a dishwashing kind of gal. When you get cravings, you can start exercising, start going for a walk, just do distractions. You can chew your gum. You can brush your teeth. You can drink water because sometimes you're not really hungry at all. You are just thirsty, and you have to be drinking half your body weight in ounces to make sure you're flushing out the toxins and, just getting so you're not dehydrated. And believe me, it might sound like a lot because when it was like over 100 and some ounces when I first started, I was like, oh my goodness, going to be running to the bathroom. And I was. But as you lose the weight, the number will come down and you'll be accustomed to eating that. The key is to eat, with your workout, try to eat drink a bottle with every meal, snacks included, try to drink a bottle, which is like 16 ounces. That's not a lot, really. If you do like big gulps, it goes down fast, guys. It does not take a lot to get the water intake. That is one thing I did not struggle with in the beginning. I didn't have a problem drinking all the water because I wasn't I drank pop when we were out in like fast food restaurants, but like when we went to like fine dining or whatever, where you sit down and eat, I always got water. So I didn't have a problem with the pop. But it's just you're finding the time if you are a pop drinker to drink all the pop. You just need to replace that with water. Right? So, and it might be difficult at first, but you could put some flavoring in it as far as lemon water. They do fruit infusions. You could put some strawberries in it and just make it where if you have to have a taste to get your mind off of it, then do it that way. So there's always options, guys. You don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, this sucks. There's options to make it better for you and to make this easier for you. If you're still craving a lot of stuff too, you're still hungry, are you sure you're eating enough? Like with my plans and programs, they tell you exactly like if you weigh this much, you're going to eat this many calories. But we're not tracking calories on what I've got going on. We're tracking calories. So, you're going to eat so much of this color, so much of this color, so much of this color, and you're done. If you get those colors in, you're good. So that's what works for me. I hate counting calories. I used to be the person who would try to write down calories. I had tons and tons of notebooks where I'd be like, okay, breakfast, I had this. And I'd be like, don't throw the wrapper away. I've got to count my calories. And Tony would be like, well, it's already thrown away. And I'd be like, oh my God. And I've got to try to guess. It was awful. I hated counting calories. And for one, it's a time-consuming little thing to do. And for two, it's just very difficult to track. Sometimes, I'm sitting there thinking I had to do math. Like, well, I only had half of this. So I've got to do half of this calorie. And, like, I had this one thing when I was pregnant, I had gestational diabetes. It was tough trying to track proteins, fiber, fat, calories. There was something else, sugar. They made me track sugar. I had a chart for everything. I had to turn them in and out because I had to meet with a nutritionist. And what he had me doing was just not working for me. I don't know. What I'm doing now, it works way better. He had me eating like sandwiches every day. And I'm thinking, that wasn't really good. But yeah, that's what the nutritionist told me to do. And I was just like, I'm still not feeling great. I'm still not. And I know I had the diabetes when I was pregnant, but it was tough to get through that, right? So, you just got to make sure you're eating enough for your weight. Because, the more you eat or the more you weigh, the more you're going to have to eat. And as you lose weight, the number goes down. And, our programs are set up, you test yourself every 21 days to make sure you're in the right bracket that you need to follow. So it makes it 10 times easier to worry about brackets versus calories. And you don't count calories. You know the number, like your range, but it's not like you're set in stone with, I've got to have 1,500 calories. And that was what I was hitting. Like when I was had to write down everything, I was like, okay, I've got to have 1,500 calories. Oh my gosh, I went over. And you feel like crap. And here it's more relaxed, and it's still giving you the results that you need, and you're still balanced, and you still feel a whole lot better than what I did before. So make sure you're eating enough. Chew your gum, brush your teeth. Pretty sure I had, where am I on time, folks? 36 minutes. Man, I'm a talker. Oh yeah, stay busy, guys. I can't tell you enough how staying busy helps me. Like I said, I showed you the room the other day when I was trying to get this room cleaned up. To me, it's the catch-all room, and just working on it takes time. And when I feel like I have a craving, I go to this room. I'm like, no, I've got to distract. And things get done, okay? So distract yourself. Do as much as you can to pull yourself away from the cravings, and don't give in. Don't give in to them, because you are stronger than that. You are so much stronger than that. You have to realize that every time you give in, you feel guilty. You feel like a loser because you gave in. You're thinking, why can't I beat this? And you almost got to think, okay, if I have this craving again, when I give into it, I'm going to feel that exact same way. Do I want to keep reliving that feeling of failure? Do I want to keep reliving that feeling of guilt of like, why can't I just get with it? I mean, that's the part that really got me too in the beginning, because it was just like, I'm doing this to myself. I keep walking past this, and I was doing it on purpose. It's like I wanted myself to fail so I could eat the chocolate. You know what I mean? So like, it was weird, but I knew what I was doing. And that's what's crazy. I was like, I pretended like I didn't know what I was doing, but I did. I knew exactly what I was doing. I had an agenda to eat the chocolate, and I didn't care what it took. I was going to eat it no matter what. And when I did, it was just like, yes, I got it. But then after a while, it was just like, I feel like crap. I feel dizzy. It was messing with my sugar. So you've got to always think before you do the impulse, and try to know that relive that feeling of guilt and failure. Do you want to keep reliving that? And that's like the same thing when that Mel Robbins about the snooze button. She's like, every time you hit that snooze button, you hate it. You're not a morning person, but you keep wanting to relive it every single time. Hello, how true is that? That's what I was doing. I was hitting it 5 and 6 times and just hitting it. I'm such not a morning person, and I just kept hitting it, but I kept reliving the horrible sound of an alarm clock every single time. And I was doing it to myself, doing it on purpose, because I love to stay in my little bed because it's more comfy and warm, So you've just got to put those feelings of, what you feel that you didn't like, and put it in like, do I want to keep reliving this? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is no, because sometimes you just don't want to keep reliving that. So think about what you're doing before you impulse with the junk, and just know that if you are doing this the healthy way, you shouldn't have as many cravings when you're balanced. Okay, guys? So I have a place in the workbook that says, so if you're still having cravings, even though you think you're balanced, if you're craving chocolate, then I gave you things like what your body's lacking. So like your body's lacking magnesium, and I tell you to eat raw nuts and seeds and legumes and fresh fruits in one serving to help with that craving. Instead of going for the junk food, go for the stuff that I have in this workbook, okay? So if you're craving bread, your body needs nitrogen. So lean meat, white fish, almonds, black beans, one serving. You know what I mean? So replace what you're craving with what I've got in this workbook, and hopefully, guys, that'll nip it, okay? And if you're craving pop, your body needs calcium. So kale, broccoli, mustard, legumes, one serving. You could even probably drink like a little 8-ounce thing of milk, just to kind of just get it, pop, do the, it's not pop, you're drinking something, but you're getting some calcium. Salty foods, your body needs chloride, so you can do fish, lemon, unrefined sea salt, 1 serving. If you're craving acid food, your body needs magnesium, raw nuts, fresh fruits, legumes, 1 serving. If you're craving oily snacks like potato chips, body needs calcium, kale, broccoli, mustard, 1 serving. So, I put a lot of stuff in here today explaining what clean eating was. A lot of people, they hear clean eating, and it's no big deal. It's just basically not eating processed foods. Voila. I put like this big long thing of what I was taught. But, it's pretty much not eating processed foods, and try to take your food back to the most natural state as you possibly can. Actually, in your workbook, I've got a few pictures of my actual meals. The one in the middle, the Mexican tortilla soup, I'll flip my camera here, right here, is so good. So good. This right here is my fajitas. Now, these are portion size, guys. I don't want you to think that you're starving yourself, because these are actually portion size. This is a green, which is your vegetable. This is red, protein. And this is your carb. I actually got 2 carbs here because that is a lot of little small potatoes. But this right here is yummy. It's got chicken, corn tortillas, avocados, feta cheese, and stuff I would have never thought that I could eat. But I am. And it is probably one of my favorite. Where's my modem? Favorite dish, actually. And we love fajitas. We do I love Mexican food. We do a lot of Mexican food. Try to stay away from regular tortillas, do corn tortillas. I know some people think those are gross. Try to do whole wheat tortillas. That'd be better than the regular white, the flour ones. So it's all about making swaps, basically, for your food that you really love now into something more healthier, and swap out stuff that you don't like. A lot of people like sour cream. Have you ever tried Greek yogurt? A lot of our people in our challenge group have tried Greek yogurt over sour cream, and they say it works. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Greek yogurt, so I don't know about all that. But, have at it if you want to try it. Like I said, if you need recipes on those dressings I was talking about, just comment below. But that pretty much wraps it up for your step 4. Your challenge is from your workbook. All your challenges are in your workbook, guys. So you need to always go back to your workbook and work them. That is your challenge. This is the part of the boot camp part. You're not just in here to learn stuff. Yeah, you are, but I want you to actually participate. I want you to actually take your workbooks out and do the exercises that I have at the back of them, okay? Read through everything. Watch these live videos. Take notes. It is important because you signed up for a reason. You wanted to take something away from this, and I hope that you're getting it, because, it takes time. I don't want to think that this is going to pop, it's going to be easy, but I want you to know the steps that I had to learn to get my weight off, and I'm maintaining it, and it's crucial, guys, okay? So these are the exact steps I follow every single day, every day, all right? So, your challenge is to make a simple meal plan that you can do with your family. Don't overthink it. Think of what you guys love to eat, and then just make swaps for healthy stuff. Just find a healthy way to cook it, and plan a day to meal prep. Must be on a day where you don't work because you don't want any distractions. Give yourself at least 1 to 2 hours, and that's all it should take. All right. So just the part of it is planning. Make out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or however your week hits. All right. Plan out what you're going to make. Okay. Now, like I said, it is easier with support. I've done this all on my own. Even though I had a husband, he does help with that part of it, but I was prepping for just basically me. Okay. So, you're going to have to know how many is in your family and all that stuff. So that's where the people get hung up on. But I will try to help you as much as I possibly can. If you have questions, just let me know, and I will be glad to help you guys, okay? So I think the next live is January 11th. I'm having a coach call tomorrow with my success coach, Sarah. Yay! She is awesome. Love talking to her. January 11th. So that's what, Thursday? And that will be the 5th step. Number 5. I'll say what that is later, but number 5. And it's the most important one. Most important one. So get excited about it, okay? But yeah, that's it, guys. That's how you meal prep, and that's all I do every week. I make healthy meals. I make them look good for Sean, and we don't cook separate things. If he doesn't want like fajitas, like we do have, like, we buy the little cans of no salt added peas or mixed veggies that we just kind of add in, and you know, takes very little to do it. We actually kind of, those little cans last him about 2 days, so it doesn't have to cost a lot. You know, make it as cheap as possible. Have coupons. I have a lot of, there's one girl in our challenge group who actually did a live video of all the coupons and way to save and how she does it. So it was pretty cool. Our challenge groups are amazing. They have a lot of people in there that, I think the one I'm in now is 650 people. The energy in there is just so amazing. So amazing. There was one girl in there who did her first workout, and she says, please don't judge. And everybody under the sun was commenting on it, saying, we don't judge in here. You know, it's this where you are learning to grow, and you actually rocked your first workout, because she just did amazing, right? So she actually showed up. She actually did her first video. She didn't have to do that, but she did. That took some bravery, right? That took courage. And it's all about showing up for yourself and not holding yourself back anymore, right? Guys, I could go on forever. I really can. But I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. And, well, it's not really short, but I did the best I could. I calculated at 45 minutes. So, yeah, I did good. But, yeah, do your challenges in your workbooks. It's so, so crucial, right? So, comment below. No, I'll do a separate post like I always do. But, yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have an awesome night. Don't give up. Do the challenge. Know why you're in here. Remember your why. Use tough love on yourself. Do that personal development. Do your meal plan, meal prep, and then we'll talk about it, your last step on Thursday at 9 o'clock. All right, guys? Have an awesome night. Talk to you later. See ya.